Reserve managed to exploit the weakness of OpTic Gaming here at the event. Can they manage to put themselves 2-0 up and win a search and destroy? All pressure now back on OpTic Gaming. Once again, they find themselves 1-0 down in the series. For Europe, this could be a big, big win, but as of right now, map number 2 loading up. It's search and destroy.
Rich, if you told me at the beginning of the weekend next threat would be on the verge of eliminating Team Envious, I probably would have slapped you in the face. Yep. If you told me that OpTic Gaming would lose map 1 to Red Reserve in their series, I would have slapped you in the face again. Thankfully, that's not going to happen, but right here we have Red not only in the lead in the series, but now they're facing OpTic Gaming in their weakest game mode, Search and Destroy.
So the first match that I actually got to cast this entire tournament, actually ever for Call of Duty, was Red Reserve, and Zero was able to drop 14 on S&D, but being mildly realistic here, we have said that this is the weakness for OpTic Gaming, as we see Red Reserve get one. That's going to be Josh. He's traded out by Karma. We say that it is the weakness of Red Reserve, but it's, or sorry, of OpTic Gaming, but it's not necessarily the strength of Red Reserve. We've seen shimmers of greatness inside of S&D, but they're overall, throughout the entire tournament, 50-50 on S&D.
What I like that from OpTic Gaming is not a single moment to breathe. Once OG got the number advantage, they made sure every gunfight was a two-man challenge. You saw the trade from Karma to force it down into a 2v1, and there, Crim spots Zero, gets him one shot. Could he have charged forward? Yeah, but he knows Zero's got a sniper. So he'll hold the angle, wait for Karma to push forward, then peeks back out when he knows there's a quick little trade to come on through. They don't even need it though, as OpTic Gaming goes up 1-0.
Now it is going to be Red Reserve on the offense here as well. Formal trying to find one, isn't going to be able to do it. Smokes come out, that's going to cover that cross. Scump finds the first blood onto Joe, one of the scariest men on this map, and probably inside of Dallas after that last performance. Rated does find Karma. That's going to mean that OpTic Gaming is down a man right now. Big kill coming in. Now this one going to be a 2v2, Jack.
And this is an example, right, of Championship Sunday Formal. When he's got the sniper in his hands, he doesn't miss shots very often, especially in the biggest of matches. Here, trying to hold this angle, it looks like he's going to elect to take control of the site. Does he peek the corner in time? Yes, he does! 2 versus 1 now, Formal and Crim6 up against Zero. And well, it's a round win for OpTic Gaming.
Hey, you know, you say that S&D may be OpTic Gaming's weakness, but you can never count this team out on any game mode. They have only dropped 3 maps so far in this tournament. They all were on S&D, but there's a reason that I've only been casting Call of Duty for 1 day and already. Four now, but
four
maps, yeah. Quick maths. But there is a reason. I've only been casting Call of Duty for 1 day, and my mother is already texting me, when does OpTic play?
It happens to the best
often. Of us.
As now we'll move into round 3. Nade spot here from Formal. His goal is to hit someone rushing through that middle map. Not the case though, as Zero will be the only player inside Fire. Off the break, Karma still making a play towards this lower dock side. I don't think they're ready for this at all. That's the first blood for Karma. And that's the bottom dock secured for OG. They should be able to plant this bomb right away.
It looks like they are going to be doing it on A, and we've seen a lot of action so far on this map around this A bomb site. Josh, though, finding a big, big kill here. Throwable going to be invested. How often do we really see this action going down over on A?
You know, it's the more popular site on this map for good reason, right? You get across, get into lower docks. If you're confident in your SMG players, they can lock it down. Major shout out to Crim6 and Karma off the break of this map. We're 3 rounds in and they combined for 10 kills. What I want to do as observer, when we get back into this next round, can we check on Crim and where he currently stands with these streaks? Let everyone know at home exactly where he stacks on up, because he's got to be getting pretty close.
You know, we already saw last time inside of that hard point. He was able to get those streaks very close now. Just needs 25 points to be able to secure them. We will have to pay attention to him. Formal gonna be able to pick up a massive 2-piece here inside of round number 4. That means already starting things off, OpTic Gaming have a huge advantage. Initial shot's gonna come out from Josh.
Oh no!
Crim6 streaking out, able to snap with ice in his veins.
I just love that every time someone shoots a body or does something, Karma's the one smiling. He knows he's getting a fired up Crim6 here, back in boots on the ground. We saw Crim go off in map 1, earn some streaks in that game. Even though OG lose, he's kept the momentum here. Can't say the same though for Joe on the side of Red Reserve. I believe he's now 0-4 or 1-4 off the break. Yeah, 0-4 off the break of this game. This is what you want to see if you're an OpTic Gaming fan. You've got Crim with streaks. The man is 7-0.
You know, you catch fire for Joe inside of that hard point. That was massive. They needed to steal a respawn, but you need to at least be consistent inside of the search and destroy. And OpTic looking like a force to be reckoned with inside of it. 4-0. Streak's going to be called in here from Crim6. Calls in that glide bomb. Looks like this time they're going to switch things up. They're going to head over to B.
And their goal here is to try to eliminate this player who's pushed up into the side room, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Karma with first blood. Crim now just 10 points off the mortar strike. OpTic, they've been using smokes all weekend as a tool to try to push up this site. Not sure if I agree with that one, as Karma does get cut down, and that could be the moment of opportunity for the side of Red Reserve to retake this round.
Red Reserve definitely do have a chance here. It is going to be a 2v2. Coming out, you are going to see nice shots coming in from Joe. Big two-piece, going to be able to put the first round on the scoreboard for Red Reserve, finally coming alive in round 5.
He must have heard me. He must have heard me.
I think he did, Jack.
From 0-4 to now 3-4, working on streaks as well, just a couple kills away from that fighter pilot.
Yeah, massive. I mean, what he was able to do in hardpoint, if he's able to do that ever again inside of the series, it's just going to mean Red Reserve pull another one down.
And remember, Rich, you talked about earlier on in the cast how good OpTic Gaming looked in CTF on London Docks. That is map 3 in this best of 5. Red Reserve know that. Joe, my friend, you need to wait for that smoke to land before you try to cross to the site. Formal's already hit marked on you once. I can promise he won't let that happen again.
That is just a feeding frenzy for Formal. He's sitting there waiting for that smoke to dissipate, but if you don't block that cross, you are going to be going down to Formal. Zero going to be able to pick up Crim6, though, here. Already seen Crim6 just slaying out inside of this S&D. Joe also 3-5 at this point, not going to get those streaks.
So I think that a round like this, right, is an example of where OpTic Gaming have room for improvement right now in their search and destroy gameplay. Karma pushes up middle, but he doesn't have anybody water stairs to trade the kill that he fights inside of beer. So he takes a one-on-one gunfight, loses that when, you know, they've got A site locked down, they've got Crim pushed up B. They just need to stay alive and kind of wait for Red Reserve to make a move and react to it. And now, instead of it being, 4v3, them waiting for bomb to get planted, it's now Formal all by himself with a sniper pistol.
They're going to be able to get one there, does pull off that kill, but not much you can do being the last one there with a sniper and a pistol. Now Red Reserve going to be able to do it again, starting to claw their way back into this one, but it is definitely going to be a long road, Jack.
And remember, if you don't know this Red Reserve team too well, I mean, 3 of these 4 players, they know what it's like to be on the biggest of stages. Rated, Joe, Josh. They were in the grand finals of a COD Champs just 2 years ago in the Black Ops 3 season, the first season of the CWL, when it was the huge NA versus EU battle there. Yes, they're down 4-0 in this S&D. Now it's 4-2. Don't count these guys out.
I think that's a big thing to note as well. I think Zero moving over to this Red Reserve roster made Europe better, period. You have Tommy moving over to Splice. Both of these teams can definitely go the distance. Karma going to be able to get that first blood. Now it looks like this should be a nice kill for Crim6. Going to be able to do that one with the pistol. Only 2 left standing for Red Reserve. But Karma just makes it that much more in favor of OpTic Gaming. Wow. That one was so clean. As I was saying, though, I do think that this roster can definitely go the distance. We've seen them in that championship. We saw them at PSX, and now with the inclusion of Josh as well. And it just looks like it is one of these lineups that we're going to be paying attention to all year long.
It's funny. Right there, Karma finally gets that one-on-one engagement victory inside that middle lane. That time it was in fire. Up against Zero, and once that happens, the rest of the round just falls into place for OpTic Gaming. It's the green light for them to begin to make a play towards the site, begin to get that bomb down, and now they're on the verge of tying the series 1-1 with probably, arguably, the best they've looked in S&D so far this weekend.
I don't think that there's any argument there, but it is clear that they have covered up that hole in their game plan, that they have covered themselves in their weakest spot, looking to close this one out convincingly. See those early shots coming out from Karma. Not going to be able to tag anyone up, though. Is going to be concussed there for a second. Joe takes out Karma. Good play coming in from Joe. We already said this is one of the guys we're going to be paying attention to. Josh able to find one on a Crim6 Formal, though, once again being an absolute menace. Hanging out in the back with that sniper rifle, looking to do it again. If there aren't smokes to protect you, you will fall.
Scump, a quiet game from him so far, currently 2-4. He challenges forward. The silver lining there. Rated actually team kills. Rated will clean up anyone, so nice job, Red Reserve, staying alive in this game.
The other thing I love about Rated is he will take absolutely any gunfight. He is just such a confident human being, and that echoes out in the game over and over again.
Yeah, and if it doesn't echo out in the game, he'll echo it out on Twitter.
Yeah, definitely
someone
will do
that
it on
likes
Twitter.
to make sure his opinion is heard, even when no one wants to hear it.
I will say, though, sometimes maybe it does err on the side of a false, maybe even you would say delusional, with the confidence saying that he's on one of the best teams in the world over and over and over and over again. But sometimes he is just able to back it up, and we'll have to see if he can do it here. It is 5-3. Red Reserve needs to come up huge.
Oh, my goodness. They are right on the other side of these boxes for everybody at home. You know, you've never seen Call of Duty be casted through Concaster. They don't see that red outline. We do. It helps the viewers, and it also helps when you've got a fighter pilot and S&D as Crim gets first blood. OpTic Gaming now has the sight, and that is the 5th plant for Scump in this game.
Yeah, you don't need X-ray vision when you have those streaks, and you don't need X-ray vision when your shots are this crispy. We're going to see OpTic Gaming even the scales here. It is 1-1 inside of this series. You said that S&D may be their weakness, but Jack, they are looking dominant.
They needed that win right there, Rich. I can't stress it enough. Nice job by OG, looking better at S&D today on Champions.